Hi Taurus, this is Tracy from Northeast Tarot and welcome to your April 2019 monthly tarot forecast. This is for Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, and Taurus Rising signs. So Taurus, for this reading, I am using the Morgan Greer Tarot deck along with the Magical Mermaids and Dolphins Oracle cards. I also will be pulling you a Health and Well-Being Oracle and then a Love and Relationship Oracle as well. And happy birthday to all of you April-born Taurians. All right, Taurus, so the overall energy for you guys for April is the Eight of Cups. All right, so very interesting spread, Taurus. Eight of Cups is like, I'm over it, I'm ready, I'm moving forward. Emotionally, I'm moving forward, I'm moving on. So let's see what's underneath it. Okay, interesting. Seven of Cups. Oh, okay, Seven of Cups, Seven of Swords, Six of Rods. Interesting. So, okay, there could be a woman, or you might be a Taurus woman here with the Empress. For some of you, maybe you were suspecting someone of something. When I have this combination come up, the Seven of Swords with the Seven of Cups, some of you might not have been seeing something clearly. So you could have been suspecting someone of something, but maybe you weren't seeing something clearly with that Seven of Cups energy. But here the overall energy is the Eight of Cups, which is like, I'm over something. I'm over it. I'm moving on. I'm letting go of the past. I'm now focused on the future. So for some of you, this is what you're doing. Other Taurians, you might be looking at your options here. So if you're looking at options, if you're having to make some important decisions here, Taurus, in April, just make sure that you're looking at everything closely. And if you're signing things, if you're making like pretty important decisions in April, you know, my advice would be to really take your time and pay attention to the details. Right at the center, we do have the Four of Rods, crossed by the Nine of Pentacles. So I think that financially, Taurus, some of you are in a good place. Some of you are maybe feeling, you know, financially secure here right at the start of the month. Nine of Pentacles is someone who's worked very hard. They have a lot to show for themselves. You know, this is not success that came to you overnight. So for some of you that I'm reading for, I think that, you know, you're in a good place. And if it's not that financial abundance that, you know, you're experiencing here right at the start of the month, it's overall abundance. You know, that can be with loved ones, that can be within the home with the Four of Rods. There could be even celebrations taking place. You know, so you might just feel overall very abundant here right at the start of the month. There could be some celebrations or something going on within the home. For some of you, you might be, you know, very successful with the Nine of Pentacles, or this is, you know, what you're actually moving towards. This could be what you're manifesting here in April. You know, maybe some of you, that's what you're looking at your options with. Maybe you're trying to figure out how you can bring in that abundance or that financial security. And so maybe some of you are leaving a job or leaving something that, you know, is no longer serving you with this Eight of Cups. Moving on, moving forward. At your foundation, I have the Page of Rods, which there could have been news, there could have been some sort of news or communication that maybe came through. You could have heard something prior, or you were waiting on news, because for me, sometimes the Page of Rods can be very positive, exciting news that you're anticipating. So you might be a Taurus that maybe you're waiting on some sort of news to come through. And that might be in regards to a home. That might be something financial for some of you. In the recent past, I have Temperance, which Temperance does speak about patience, moderation. For me, it's a very powerful spiritual energy. And it can come up when you're dealing with divine timing. So if you are waiting on news or waiting on an opportunity to maybe move forward, a new path to open up for you. If you were waiting, you know, you could have had to be patient here in the recent past. And we did have, you know, Mercury in retrograde here. So some of you maybe have had to be patient. Things might have been progressing slowly for some of you. Also with Temperance here, looking at those options, needing to weigh the options here in the recent past. Some of you are maybe still doing this here right at the start of the month. But you do have options with Temperance here and the Seven of Cups. You do have options. What's interesting though, Taurus, is crowning you, we have the Five of Cups. So you have some emotional energy here. So if you've been feeling very emotional about this situation, about this matter, maybe Taurus needing to ground your energy here, maybe needing to look at those choices or those options that you have in front of you, because you do have options. But maybe some of you aren't seeing those options. Five of Cups crowning you is like you feeling, for some of you, it can be a pessimistic energy. It also can be someone who's looking at the glass as though it's like half empty instead of half full. They're focusing on the past. They're focusing on what is gone, what they've lost, or just focusing on things that didn't work out in the past, where there needs to be a focus on the future and what you already have, you know, in your life, Taurus. There needs to definitely maybe be a more positive outlook here. So, you know, if you're a Taurus that's feeling very emotional, what can help you is like looking forward, you know, leaving the past in the past, moving forward optimistically here. And maybe you just simply need to spend some time alone. Maybe some of you just need to recharge. Some of you need to balance your emotions. Because coming up here in the near future, around the second week, I do have the Four of Swords. So maybe some of you simply need a break. Maybe you need to rest with the Four of Swords here. Maybe you need to spend some time alone. There could be some Taurians that you're recuperating here at this time. What's interesting though is in the position of your power, I have the Three of Swords. And so for some of you watching this, you know, there could have been a loss of some kind, but we do, if that's the case, we do see you focused on the future and moving forward here. So there could have been a loss. Maybe that's of a job or something that you've outgrown. With the Eight of Cups, it's no longer serving you. So some of you, you know, that's what's needed, is maybe you need a break. Maybe your heart needs time to heal. For some of you, you have a heavy heart. You have this emotional energy. You might, you know, for some of you, you might be sad about this. So maybe you need time to heal. But other Taurians, because you've had to be patient, for some of you, I feel like you're dealing with divine timing. And this can just be some disappointment, you know, because maybe something's taking a long time to happen. I often see the Three of Swords represent mental frustration or like severe disappointment. So I think that some of you are focused on the past. Something didn't maybe go your way. Something didn't work out. And so this is like you feeling maybe a little frustrated or disappointed. But what's interesting is you have these fours here with the Four of Rods, the Four of Swords, and now you have these threes. You actually have four fours because we have the Four of Pentacles coming up here as well. So you have fours, you have threes. So maybe some of you, you could have been dealing with a situation involving 3 people. 4s for me speak about your foundation, your security, your stability. So for those of you that it's not a relationship matter or a family matter, any matter dealing with 3 people, it's around maybe your foundation. You want to feel more secure, more stable. And that's generally, you know, what a Taurus wants overall. They seek that stability within their relationships, you know, within their career. Here in the position of how those around you, friends, loved ones, how they're viewing you, we have the 3 of Wands, which could be you. It could be you expanding your horizons. For some of you, this is you maybe starting something new, or again, maybe now some of you are looking at those options. Here, you're putting that time and energy. This is you investing time, energy, effort into something. Yes, it will need time to grow, but for some of you, maybe you weren't ready. Maybe, you know, you were dealing with something prior here. You needed some time to rest. Some of you also, maybe something didn't work out, and so you could be starting something new here at this time. And this is energy around the 3rd week. And then in the hopes and fears, I have the 4 of Pentacles. So some of you, this is maybe what you want to achieve, is you want to feel financially secure. Maybe, you know, financially you want to be able to save more money. 4 of Pentacles is someone who is financially secure, someone who has something to fall back on. So for some of you, this is your goal. This is what you want. There could be some Taurians that this is what you've been waiting for. This is what you've been trying to achieve. And then here, right at the end of April, going into May, we do have the King of Swords. So Libra, Gemini, or an Aquarius person might be significant here at this time. For some Taurian males, you might have air in your chart. This could be how you're coming off here at this time. Which, you know, he's someone who... You know, for those Taurian males, if you did go through a loss or something didn't work out the way that you wanted it to, here, you know, he's someone, I see him as someone who's a little guarded. He's got a tough exterior. You know, you can see how this sword is here. He's holding it directly in front of him. He's someone who's guarded. He's someone who is, you know, he's got a tough exterior. So maybe some of you went through what it is that you went through. And, you know, here you might be, you know, coming off incredibly tough or very, very strong here at this time. And so for some of you, this is maybe how you're coming off here at this time. Also, he is someone who will use the sword to sever ties from that's no longer serving him. He is someone that will speak his truth, and, you know, he doesn't always, you know, care about how that affects those around him. You know, he's just going to speak his truth, and his tongue can actually be quite sharp. So for some of you, this is your energy. For others, you could be dealing with a tough character here at this time. He also can be an attorney. I see him as an attorney. Or someone who works within like the legal field here. So you might be dealing with a character like this here at this time. Taurus, so very, very interesting. Let's do some clarifying here. I think that some of you, you know, you've been dealing with divine timing. I think that you're waiting on news or waiting on an opportunity because it didn't, you know, maybe happen here right at the start of the month. What's advised is you spend that time alone, you rest, you recharge, and then you know, get back on the horse, Taurus, here. This is you know, working hard. For some of you, you're looking out here. What can I do next? But let's clarify. Let's take a look at this 5 of Cups, which is crowning you. So let's see. Let's clarify for Taurus. This 5 of Cups. Maybe some of you Taurians, you might need to speak your truth here because, You know, sometimes when that happens, when I can't get the words out, that's significant. So maybe some of you need to speak your truth. All right, there's the Hanged Man. So some of you are stuck. Some of you are in limbo. You're waiting. Again, I mentioned with the Five of Cups, it can represent needing to see things from a more positive perspective. So some of you, that's what's needed, is disconnecting emotionally here. Take that step back. Look at the larger picture. There could be something you're missing with that Seven of Cups, needing to look closely. There could be something you're missing. I think this Four of Swords energy is needed. I think some of you need to reflect, need to maybe look at the larger picture. Okay, interesting. Let's just take one more, yeah. This Three of Swords keeps coming up, and it's around a Queen of Rods. So could be a Sagittarius. For some of you, there's a fire sign energy. So Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. Again, it could be like a three-party situation. There could have been like a loss of a loved one, a relationship for some of you with the Five of Cups and the Eight of Cups. Some of you could be waiting on this fire sign person. Six of Pentacles, though, for me, it speaks about help coming in. So for some of you, this is like a heavy heart. Your heart needs to heal. There's this emotional energy. There's the need for you to take a step back. Some of you might even need to kind of sacrifice something here, but there is help that's coming in. And if you're not waiting on a Queen of Rods, or this doesn't have something to do with the Queen of Rods, you might have help from a Queen of Rods. There could be a fire sign person that's going to come in and help you in some way. And again, maybe some of you need to speak your truth. So that could be you maybe needing to speak your truth to a Queen of Rods. So very, very interesting. I will just very quickly, I just want a little bit more information here, Taurus. This is a very interesting reading for you guys. You know, I don't see these energies come up too often for you guys. This more like emotional spread. It doesn't happen for you guys too often. So let's see here. Yeah, we're getting some repeat cards, Taurus. I mean, looking at the Three of Swords, I have the Seven of Pentacles, the Three of Rods again, and then the King of Swords again. So, Seven of Pentacles is you planting those seeds, you investing time, energy, but something needs time to grow. Also here, if you're feeling disappointed because you're still waiting here at this time, more effort, more energy needs to be put into this. Maybe some of you need to do things differently here with this combination with the Seven of Pentacles, Three of Rods, needing to do things differently. What's worked in the past, what hasn't worked. King of Swords, someone who's incredibly determined, very, very focused. So I think that this is something you're definitely very focused on here around the third week, is making changes, doing things differently, maybe looking at new opportunities here at this time. And this is what you're working on. You're definitely putting some energy into this, that's for sure. So some of you are going to rest and then you're going to come back. And this is what you're focused on. Maybe you're even seeking an ear sign energy to help you. Let's pull you an additional guidance card. What else does Taurus need to know for the month of April? Additional guidance for Taurus. And then focusing on health and well-being for Taurus for April. This is the Archangel Raphael Healing Oracle deck for Taurus. What else does Taurus need to know? All right, and then focusing on love and relationship matters, but as always, Taurus, over on Vimeo, I do have the April 2019 Love Tarot Forecast over there. That link is below if you are interested. Focusing on love and relationship matters for Taurus for the month of April. Alright, so I'm actually going to take these both. I feel the need to actually look at both of them. Okay, Taurus. So the overall additional guidance card we have for you is have faith. Your prayers are manifesting. Remain positive and follow your guidance. So some of you need to have faith. Again, this Five of Cups can be an energy that you change. Your perspective is so very important here. I feel like some of you need to have faith. Some of you need to have a more positive outlook about this situation. And I think that this combination, to be honest, this combination is quite beautiful, Taurus. Focusing on health and well-being, we have expect a miracle. Dear God and Archangel Raphael, thank you for your miraculous intervention and healing energy, which has restored the health of. And so that can be with you, with something that you've had that was ongoing, Taurus, but this also could be with a loved one. Maybe some of you have a loved one that's going through something. But, you know, obviously this is a lot of spiritual energy with you guys here in the month of April. So for some of you, expect a miracle. Expect that divine intervention. For some of you, you need to ask for it. So if you like to pray, pray. For some of you, you should definitely ask Spirit to come in and definitely help you or assist with this situation if you do have someone that's going through something. Other Taurians, this is you just needing to have faith here. Very much needing to stay positive. And then focusing on love life, we do have chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. And then we also have you deserve love. You are lovable. So some of you Taurians, interesting. We do have this fire sign energy. And I mentioned a Sag being significant for some of you. So for me, this card here in this deck is, it is a Sag card for me. It's one of my Sag cards. So some of you Taurians are maybe going to be involved with a Sag, or maybe you're already involved with a Sag here. So this is my Sag card. So with chemistry, you know, it can represent that chemistry between you two. So some of you maybe have chemistry with a Sag or a fire sign person. Other Taurians, you might meet someone here in April, someone you do have chemistry with. Oftentimes I see this card come out, Taurus, when you are about to meet someone. This arrow is about to strike. So some of you Taurians that are single, love is literally coming in for you in the near future. And you need to tell yourself this. You are lovable. You need to tell yourself this. Some of you need to have faith maybe when it comes to your love life. And if something was lost here, if you're leaving a relationship, you know, I'm a firm believer in, you know, everything happens for a reason. And it could be because maybe you were meant to be with someone else. So very, very interesting, Taurus. If you're already in a relationship, you might be re-sparking that passion within your existing relationship here in the month of April. But definitely a very interesting reading. My advice would be if you have some relationship stuff going on, I definitely recommend watching your Love Tarot Forecast on Vimeo. Watch your other signs as well. Watch your moon, watch your rising. And if you need more insight, I definitely recommend having a private reading. All right, Taurus. So I hope that you found this reading helpful. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. If you are interested in having a private reading, please check out northeasttarot.com. Have a great month.